Good evening, my friends, and welcome to the latest episode of Myst 5 End of Ages. Let's say hello to everyone in the chat. We have got Dark Fae, who has resubscribed once again. They're on a 10-month streak. Thank you very much, Dark Fae, for the resub. We've got Zephyronicus, good morning to you. Spiper, good day to you. Trank 0007. We've got Platinum Caterpillar, greetings to you. Dodo is in the chat as well. Star Shadow X2 representing our Canadian friends. We have got... Yeah, that's it. Oh, and we've got Blue Pinecone. Hello, hello. Is this going to be the final episode of Myst 7? Well, no, of Myst 5. Whoa, Myst 7. Okay, no. Is this going to be the final episode of Myst 5? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. Depends how much you guys distract me. And I tell you what, there's one person in the YouTube chat who might be able to throw a spanner in the works. On the YouTube chat, we've got James Moores, and we have Aaron Guinair, legendary game developer Aaron Guinair, who has just announced today the release of Nia. 2nd of September, that's coming out, right, Aaron? So great to have you in the chat. For everyone in the Twitch chat and on the YouTube chat, feel free to ask Aaron any questions you have about his upcoming game release. I'm sure he'll be happy to answer all of them. But it's incredibly exciting, though. If you go back and watch my original Riven playthrough, which was 2 years ago now? 2 years ago, something like that. I think I said in around about episode 4 of my Riven playthrough, hey, there's this game that was posted on the r/Myst subreddit, looks really interesting, called Nia. Has anyone seen it? I love the art style. I have been looking forward to that game for like literally 2 years. When people say in the comment section on Blueprints, oh, is Blueprints like a shoo-in for your game of the year? I don't know. We'll see, because I'm definitely looking forward to that one, and I played the demo earlier on in the year, and I'm really excited for it, because the demo was very strong. Great. Well, great to have you here in the chat, Aaron. Thanks for dropping by. Okie dokie. The other piece of business that I need to tell you guys about with this puzzle is I was talking a whole bunch of nonsense. I was talking about... Darkface says, oh, damn, I'm going to have a very busy September. Yeah, exactly. If you have plans in September, like, I don't know, starting term time, right? Like, if you're in education still, like maybe you're at university and you're about to start your next term. I don't know. I actually have no idea how long Nia is supposed to take, to be honest. So I don't know. Who can say? Right. I was talking a whole load of nonsense at the end of last stream about how this could or couldn't be working. What I was sort of picturing in terms of how it worked, right, was I was sort of picturing this central pillar like this, and then the ground here with like a person like this, and then you've got like the controls over here. And I was thinking that you'd have some sort of spring here, right, on a platform, and the platform could be attached to a rack, right? And then maybe you have like a pinion wheel like this. That's a really bad pinion wheel. It's much easier to sketch this out by hand, right? And then that attaches to the controls. So basically what you do when you fiddle with the controls here, this wheel winds round and moves this up and down, okay? And because with a spring, the displacement of a spring is linear, right? It's like it's literally like a y equals kx function, right? It means that you'll get a constant compression for a given weight, but that's actually clearly not how this works at all. And actually, it's like even way simpler than that. And in fact, someone in the chat literally spelled it out, and it was absolutely correct. Is what it's actually more like is we've got the ground here like this, and we're standing here, and we've got the control box here, and this pillar is just on a giant type 1 lever, right? And all you're doing is you're changing the amount of force applied to the other side of the lever, which you could in fact do by putting a spring here on this side, right? And compressing and decompressing the spring by having this on some kind of rack with a pinion gear here, and then attach this to this. So what you do is you effectively push this spring up and down, which is going to make that go up and down, and then when you put your weight on it, it's gonna balance it out. And then to avoid it oscillating, right, if I just clean that up a little bit, because if you jump on this, it's gonna seesaw, right, as until it sort of comes to equilibrium. So then all you have to do is you just have to put a weight inside some water to just kind of dampen the oscillation, and just sort of put a shock absorber in it. So yes, like, and this was sort of actually, there were one or two people in the chat that were literally trying to spell that out, and it's like, yeah. So this whole thing about like, I don't understand how this works, it was actually a lot more simple than I was giving it credit for. So ignore me. Don't let me try and do physics live on stream ever again. Okay. Zephyronicus suggests, if we finish today, I could knock out Myst and be ready for Nia. I will consider it, but I'm certainly not going to try and engineer the timetable to work. I think probably more likely I'll do Nia on record, because that's a game I definitely want to avoid spoilers on and things. So I'll probably do Nia on record. And with regards to what we stream next, well, that is maybe a discussion for later. Yeah, James says to avoid it oscillating, bathe the whole system in a giant pool of honey. Engineer. Luckily, the game/TV show aren't going away, so no rush. Don't look at anything spoilery. Yeah, okay, so Darkface got a holiday birthday party to go to that involves travelling half the country. Yeah, it's gonna be a busy month. It's gonna be a busy month. Okay. Let's go make a start. Right. Now with all that preamble out the way, we've only been live for like 10 minutes. It's fine. Whoa! What happened there? That was weird. I kind of fell off the stairs. That physics feel. Yeah, I mean, like, the it's been a long time since I've done any real physics. So, and also, some of the physics I learned is literally out of date. We discussed this on the playthrough. What was that particle physics one I played through? Ooh. Is it as simple as just opening a door? Well, okay. What's the particle physics one I played through fairly recently? It was called Exographer. That was it. That was a neat game, right? A game so steeped in physics, like it almost counts as an educational game. Oh, hello. Wow, it made me jump there.
Here, We watched the harvest of the gems, freed from the conquered lucky, painted with their bloods. What triumph! What grand sport! What displays of strength! Isha finds such strength brutal, even as she seeks it herself. Ah! To have such fellowship with my people again.
Oh, wow. He literally just zipped in to monologue about how much he missed the good old days and then left. That reminds me of my grandfather. Okay. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've done any real physics, right? To the point where when we were playing Exographer, like when I studied physics, the Higgs boson was still theoretical. It hadn't actually been discovered yet. And now, of course, this old hat, it got discovered like 15 years ago. Like, they've confirmed its existence and everything. And it's like, that's probably now taught at undergraduate level. It's kind of wild, right? Huh. Okay, well we have... Right, so what we should do is not touch any of those, but we can go out those... Wait, how do we teleport? Hang on a minute. If that's now gone back up there, we can't go down there. And we don't have a Relto book in this game. We can only use... Unless we can get down using... Yes, we can get down using that hole. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So, which way do we want to go? Let's have a... no, I don't think there's going to be anything over there right now. Star Shadow is still hoping for Lorelei. I think Lorelei is more and more likely on the list. One thing that I've been strongly contemplating for stream is Nancy Drew. Nancy Drew could make a pretty chill stream. I need to like double check sort of roughly how long Nancy Drew is to play through. Wait a minute. Huh, okay. But Lorelei is also certainly a possibility for stream, partly because Lorelei is a little bit scary, and I might need you guys to help me be brave. But on the other hand, if it's too scary, I'd have to deal with the cringe of being too scared to play a game that I'm in the middle of playing publicly. Whereas if I play it on my own, and I decide it's too scary, I just decide not to upload it, and then no one knows. So there we go. Trank would push for Journeyman Project before Nancy Drew, personally. Oh! Oh yes, of course you're coming in here. Come on. What? Oh, right. Oh, we can move it up and down. right. Yes? Oh, okay. Right. We're gonna need that tablet back then. Is that how that works? Right, so we lock that into place. Oh. Yeah, okay. We're gonna need a barrow to stand on that. Although actually, do you know what? I do have a vague recollection that Journeyman might be a bit of a non-starter for a stream, because I have a feeling that it can't be played in windowed mode. I have a vague recollection that I have tried installing and running Journeyman before and found that I couldn't run it in window mode. I could only run it full screen, which means that I wouldn't be able to stream it. Because I stream and play on a single computer. I don't have a stream setup where I don't have a 2 PC setup where I'm streaming something which is different from what is on the main computer. Like, 'cause some people do. Some people have a 2 PC setup where they have on one PC the game that they're playing. This is usually when they're playing like high-end games that require like your full GPU. But like they'll and then essentially they just run a capture card from their real PC into a smaller PC, which is just their streaming PC, and all it does is it takes the picture from the capture card and puts it into OBS, and so it's very, very kind of lightweight on that side. Do I just put it down, or do I need to draw our friend the snake on here? Right, because that's the only way we've known so far to get the barrow to stand where you want them to stand, right? So there's a nice big snake for us. And I think so we need to get off node-based movement. Right. Whoop. Whoop. We need to get off node-based movement once we're on the elevator, I guess. Right, here we go. Now we can... Now is the barrow gonna... It got all the way to the top last time. Yes! Man. I'm assuming we can't fall down there. Tilaxuixian just subscribed. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the subscription. He says, I'm finally online at the right time for one of these streams. This calls for celebration. Jebra says, first try. Yeah, that was a pretty lucky guess, right? Cool. Okay, so what next then? Well, we have a path that we know that we can take, right? The path... Oh, thank you very much for the gifted sub, Tilaxuixian. That's most appreciated. It's Shredtune gets the benefit of the gifted sub. So the code that we got was red, green, blue, right? So we need to go along a correct path. I'm not trusting the guardrail there at all. Right, so here's the other red. So red, red, green, blue. Beep. Do we need tablet San with us? But to get emotional support tablet back over here, we would need a teleport point that we can get to without having to use this elevator again. Because we can't take the tablet with us up the elevator. So there would need to be... I mean, unless we're literally just supposed to press the buttons. Like, it could just be a put the fries in the bag, bro, kind of moment. Hey, PWJB just resubscribed for 2 months. That is awesome. Thank you. And we're on a hype train. Level 1 hype train. 4 minutes, 40 seconds on the hype train. So, let's get some... Oh, it brings the lift up. But wait, that's no good. It's no good to bring the lift up unless we can activate it from below. Right? Okay. We can press the buttons. So let's do red, red, green, and blue. Excellent. And it opens the secret tunnel. And we have a new symbol. Perfect. Perfect. Binomial branching tree. One of my most favourite pieces of mathematical finance I ever studied, partly because it was the only part of it that I really understood. PWJB says, got one of them fancy tokens in my invisible pocket. Was that a guess? Was that a guess? No, that wasn't a guess. Sorry. It wasn't a guess. We got this code out of the jewel house. Yeah. Okay, where are we going next? We've got a thing up there. Thank goodness you thought I'd distracted myself out of a solution. Oh, hello, Escher.
Once again, you impress me with your ability.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
The way has not been easy.
You're very kind.
You've come here via the way of the Krish, the warriors, the natives who traveled here to subdue the beasts for us. And what has become of them? Back to their barbaric ways? What a waste. Yet more destruction at the hands of the outsiders who have never understood what the Khni is. And now they can rebuild it?
Wow. Escher has a lot of unresolved anger issues. For sure. Okay, before we go wandering off anywhere, we should absolutely go and grab the tablet and grab this symbol and get that shortcut. So, What do we need to do? We need to go tablet, and it's DD. Got it. Beep, beep, beep. Bulletproof drawing. Spiper says his civilization did collapse, to be fair. Like, no excuses. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we should cut him some slack. Seems to be a common theme with the leftover Denis. Yeah, they are. Well, I don't know. I mean, by all accounts, the Denis that Atris managed to find for Relation seemed pretty okay. In Atris's diaries, he was all talking about like, oh yeah, we found builders and we found architects and we found, you know, yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, no, they are. I mean, yeah. A lot of them don't seem to have been terribly nice, or at least the two or three aside from I mean, Atris is also only a quarter Denis as well, and he never grew up in that civilization. But like the two people we've met that were actually from Denis don't really seem to be that nice. Tiana is quite nice, although she's not Denis, she's human, so that doesn't count any. No, wait, hang on. Is Tiana human? Tiana is Gen's mother. Yes. Tiana's human, so she doesn't even count. She's not even Denis. So yeah, we've only ever met. Okay, so Gen is half Denis, and we've met Escher. So like we're kind of 0 for 2 on Denis that we've met that seemed all right. Given Atris's history, I'm not sure I'd trust him to judge someone's character. Yes, very true. Atris is a terrible judge of character. So, yeah. Her husband seemed alright. Tiana's husband. Yeah, he was probably okay, I suppose. I mean, he married Tiana, right? So, yeah. Anywho. This is going to wrap us up for today's stream. We are out of time for today. But, next time, final episode of Myst 5? Question mark? You know, did you guys distract me, or did we get just stuck on? Oh, it was definitely a puzzle. It was definitely a puzzle for the ages, right? I'm not 100% sure I fully understand like what we even did to solve it, to be honest. We were just kind of putting symbols in until one of them stuck eventually. So that's going to wrap us up for today's episode. If you're watching on YouTube in the future, thank you very much for watching. Consider liking, consider subscribing, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now, YouTube. Okay, so that's for YouTube in the future. For YouTube who are here today, thank you all very much for coming along live. James Moores, Jay Strahan, it's been great having you in the chat. And of course, Aaron Gwynnair, if he's still there, lurking. Great to have you drop by. Really looking forward to your game coming out on the 2nd of September. I have got it in my calendar. I may even think about booking that day off work. I don't know. Depends what time of day it drops. Thank you very much, YouTube. Have a great rest of your evening. Bye, YouTube. Okie dokie. So we'll stop the YouTube stream.